Hi, I'm Windafire, one of the rest duels at Black Dream Escape, and today we are going to do another episode of our series ThoughtPathways. This series is made possible because of the Office of Public Art Pittsburgh, so we'd like to thank them so much for letting us do this, making sure that we can do this. Thank you. So, on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about finding your happy place and what a happy place is and why it's important. So before we do that, I'm going to sing one of our songs that we sing in our in-person sessions or in our lullaby sessions too sometimes. This is called You Can Rest. 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 You can rest, darling. You can rest. You can rest, darling. Okay. So I guess let's first start off by talking about what is a happy place. So, sorry, my throat is something in my throat. So happy place is a place that you can visit in your mind, deep down in yourself, where you can go if you're feeling stressed. You can just go there when meditating. You can. I hope that you all don't go through any bad situations, any really bad situations. But if you're going in real bad situations, you can retreat back to your happy place. That's kind of what a happy place is that's kind of what it's for. So finding your happy place is really something that should be personal and something that's up to you. Your happy place looks however makes you happy. It could be in the forest, it could be in a dream home of yours, it could be in the home that you're in now, it could be by the sea, it could be under the sea, it could be anywhere. Finding your happy place, I feel, is a very important thing because if you are going through those bad situations, or if you're really stressful, if you're really stressed, then it's really good to go to your happy place. We always talk about here in Black Dreamscape that rest is always possible no matter what. And that's true. Rest is possible no matter what, wherever. It can happen wherever. It can happen despite anything that's happening. It can happen despite loud noise outside. It can happen despite someone talking to you. You can rest, and there can be distractions, and that's fine, because life happens. But, I'm going to talk about something that's happening at the moment. So at the moment, something that's happening is that in areas where there are protesters, the police are going around and making lots of noise in the night. They're setting off lots of fireworks, or just riding around with their sirens, and they're just making sure that the general population is desensitized to loud noises, but then also that you don't get enough sleep. If you don't get enough sleep, if you don't get enough rest, then you can't protest. So that's something that's actually happening right now, at the moment, in lots of different areas of the United States. I think that this is one of the great times that you can find your happy place. Finding your happy place, I feel, doesn't necessarily desensitize you to loud noises. Finding your happy place just makes sure that you can get the rest that you need. That's why I think that finding your happy place is one thing that's really important for everyone to learn, no matter if you have anxiety, no matter what. Because sometimes there are situations like this, sometimes there are situations in other ways. Maybe you can go to your happy place simply whenever. If you are afraid of needles and you're going to get a vaccine, then you can always just go to your happy place right as they're doing the needles. You can just go and be in your happy place. The needle doesn't bother me. Nothing's happening. My arm doesn't hurt at all, because why would it hurt when I'm at the sea? That's something that's really useful for finding your happy place. So, usually with me in finding my happy place, and something that my mom, I, and most people who I know who go to their happy places, what you do to go to your happy place is you kind of have set meditations on getting to your happy place. That's a way to get to your happy place. And writing these meditations yourself. It's always good to follow someone else's meditations, I feel, but with your happy place, it's really good to, have your own meditation written yourself. So, your meditation written yourself, you can, if you want, you can record it on your phone and play it for you every time that you want to go to the happy place. You could do that in the beginning. Or you can just start out with going to your happy place as is. So, what you do is you think about where your happy place is. If it's a house, if your happy place is a house, then how do you get that house? Where is that house placed in the world? Where is it? What does it look like? What does the way getting there look like? So as you're doing that, I like to envision that I'm getting small. My soul is getting smaller and smaller and smaller and going deep down inside of my body. I like to envision that. And then there, I start walking. I start walking and walking and walking into a forest. And in that forest, there's a lot of different places. I don't know, I feel like your happy place is something that's very personal to you, so I don't necessarily feel like I'm gonna share my happy place. One, because it's, pretty personal to me, but then also, I feel like I don't wanna, I don't know, on one hand, it's good to give examples, but on the other hand, I don't wanna, possibly influence how you make your happy place. And I kind of suggest that you don't words are gone. I suggest that you don't look at other people's happy places either. At least not when you're finding yours. When you're finding yours, I feel like you shouldn't ask other people about what their happy place. I mean, I think that you shouldn't ask other people what their happy place looks like when you're starting to make yours, because if you ask them, you could be like, oh, their happy place is nice. What am I doing with mine? Oh my god, am I not good enough? Am I not creative that I'm not making this big, extravagant happy place? That's just not the case. If you are confident in yourself, then I think that it's fine to do that. But, for those of us who have a tendency to doubt ourselves, then I feel like you should, find yourself. Because your happy place is not about, it's not about anyone else. It's not about what anyone else thinks. It doesn't have anything to do with anyone else. And comparing yourself to someone else it's to say, why are we not the same? It's saying, why are we not the same? Difference is important. Difference is something to be celebrated. That's one of the reasons why I really hate the term basic. I mean, maybe I'm basic. I do like a lot of basic things, but I don't like the term basic necessarily because, just because it's popular, just because a lot of people like it, just because it's something not unique, doesn't mean that it should be chastised. Doesn't mean that it should be that it should be poo-pooed on, because everyone's different, and it's okay to like things. It's okay to not have anything that's extravagant. So when you're making your happy place, coming back to that, when you're making your happy place, it's about what makes you happy. It's about what comforts you. Think about that. Think about what makes you happy. Think about think about what makes you happy. Think about what comforts you. And then, if you have a general outline, then start filling in that outline. Start filling out where it's located, where your happy place is located, the different details. With details, you don't have to be like, every single tree goes this way exactly if it's in a forest or something like that. Or every single plant goes this way, or every seashell's location here. I mean, unless you want to do that, unless you have the mental capacity to do that, unless that makes you such a, or if that comforts you. That's something that I personally don't do, because I overthink things all the time, so I don't need to do. I don't necessarily give too much detail into some things around me, except for some things. If you wanted like a specific tree that you could just sit under in your happy place, then maybe visualize that. But other than that, it can be whatever. The surroundings can be whatever is what I mean. I know that in a lot of spiritual places, spiritual circles, a lot of spiritual groups, there's something that people call an astral temple. I'd like to bring that up real quick, that I don't think that an astral temple is the same as your happy place, because I think that your happy place is inside you. It's somewhere you can go in yourself to comfort yourself. It's the little portion of your being that is of comfort and joy that you can be with. For an astral temple, for those of you who don't know what that is, an astral temple is something that a lot of spiritual people make where they can practice magic on the astral plane, where they can meet different entities safely within their own little domain on the astral plane. That way it's controlled. It can also be kind of used as a happy place from what I tell, but its main purpose is spiritual. It's a spiritual temple that's on the spiritual plane. And so everybody says that the astral plane is in the fourth dimension, but from what I know mathematically about math and higher dimensions, I'm not too sure about using the fourth dimension in this context, but I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. I'm not an expert. I'm a high schooler. I look at math in higher dimensions for fun, but like not too much, because I got algebra to focus on and and geometry and whatnot. But but yeah, I feel like the astral temple. So what I was trying to say was that the astral plane is somewhere else. It's a different dimension. It's a dimension between our dimension. It's the spiritual plane where a lot of spirits reside. And so that's why I think that it's different. You're going somewhere. You're making a trek. You're making a travel somewhere. And of course, with your happy place, you're traveling somewhere as well. But it's a much closer travel because you're not going outside of yourself. You're not going outside of your body. You're not going into a different dimension. Going inside yourself, finding what's inside yourself, and like we say with our series thought pathways. These are our thought pathways. These are pathways that our minds go down. So this is the pathway that I go down. So how you make your happy place and how you experience your happy place is totally up to you. It's totally up to you 100%. I personally view happy places this way. So, happy places, in short, are a very magnificent place, in my mind. We're going to wrap it up here. It's a little early to wrap things up, but we're going to wrap it up. This is a song which we do at the beginnings and ends of Black Dreamscape, which is called Rest Will Come. So here it is. Rest will come. Rest will come. Rest will come. Rest will come. Okay, that was Restful Come. So, again, we'd like to thank the Office of Public Art Pittsburgh for funding us because, we get to have fun discussions like this because of them. So, thank you so much. And thank you so much to the audience for watching. Thank you for joining us today. I hope that you have a happy, restful rest of your day. Bye.